Greetings, having a laugh. My name is Brian Sexton and I have something very important to tell you. And that is that extraterrestrial superweapons are very easy to break. And the problem with transporting an alien superweapon through deep space is that it's actually pretty boring. It can be tempting to play with the settings, just to speed things along. And that never ends well. Just to ask Jerry McLaughlin. Actually, maybe don't. He's pretty embarrassed about the whole thing and would prefer if it was never mentioned. But I'm going to tell you anyway. The story begins with a computer game called Killer Robots. It was the latest creation from PC Mania Games and was due for release in April of this year. Now Jerry loves his games and he was in town at 9 AM on Wednesday the 1st. And by 1 minute past 9 he was at the counter of GameStop looking for a copy of Killer Robots. "We're doing a delivery after lunch," said the sales assistant. "Fine," Jerry replied. "I'll wait." He then stood staring at the wall for 5 hours. You know, Jerry really loves games. But just after lunch, and much to the relief of the staff at GameStop, Jerry went home with a copy of the game. He sat down at his computer, shoved the breakfast leftovers and a pile of unopened bills to one side, put on his virtual reality headset, and plugged in the game. And this is when the trouble started. You see, Killer Robots asked for a username, and Special Agent Fuel Invoice was the best Jerry could come up with. "Thanks for checking in," came the voice from inside Jerry's headset. "We've been monitoring signals from this planet for eons, and you are the first special agent to make contact." "Ugh," was all Jerry could reply. He wanted to be virtually smashing virtual robots to smithereens, and not listening to some cod sci-fi game introduction. "My name is Agent Red Tie," came the voice again. "It is an honour to talk with a special agent, even if it is in such unfortunate circumstances. The rebellion against the collective is spiralling out of control and we desperately need someone to activate the... give me strength. Skip intro," Jerry snapped. "My apologies, Special Agent Fuel Invoice," came the voice again. "I am not familiar with that code word, but I am sure the collective will appreciate your enthusiasm. I can teleport you to the location of the ship, but you'll need to escort the weapon here yourself. It goes without saying that the collective would not request such a thing if the situation were not so desperate. Fast forward, skip to the end, level up." "Do you not require a situation update?" the voice asked. "What do you think?" muttered Jerry through his headset, to nobody in particular. And with that, he was instantly transported to a giant spacecraft hidden within the ice rings of Saturn. Jerry found himself standing in what looked like the control room. An array of translucent controls hung in the air around him. The walls took the form of giant windows running from floor to ceiling, magnifying the view outside. Powerful lights from the ship had lit the surrounding ice crystals in an impressive display. He had never seen so many stars, and in the distance, just visible through one window, Earth. 1 minute Jerry had been eating stale toast and wondering how to pay the gas bill. The next, he was a starship commander about to lead the defence of an alien civilization from killer robots. Jerry was very happy with his €37.99 purchase. "Weapon systems online," he barked. "Systems activating," replied the ship's computer. "Running systems check." The spaceship shuddered. Several rows of the control lights began to blink in a sequence. Jerry could hear machinery whirring and humming into life in the body of the ship below. It creaked and buzzed and clanked and whirred some more. Muttered Jerry. "How long is this going to take?" 6 months for a system check, or 0.16949 of a local planetary cycle, came the reply. 6 months? Jerry was starting to get irritated. "Well, how long till I can start killing robots?" "Once the system is activated, the journey to the collective homeworld will take half a local cycle, or 14.75 Earth years," informed the computer. "What the hell are you supposed to do during all that time?" Jerry wondered aloud, looking about the control room. "It is practice that a special agent uploads the status update of their planet to the collective during systems check," replied the computer, "to determine if the planet is suitable for inclusion in the collective." The ship's computer was starting to think that Special Agent Fuel Invoice was not actually a special agent at all. "What? A status update? Ah, this game's a joke. Game over, Jerry barked. Apologies. I am not familiar with that command. Please rephrase, replied the computer. Jerry looked around the room again. It all suddenly seemed very real. He was starting to think that he was not actually in a game at all. Now, Jerry gave a bit of thought to life on Earth, compared it to life as a swashbuckling alien commander, and decided to play along. Days turned to weeks. Life on board the ship turned out to be pretty good. The ship's computer could replicate any food he desired, and Jerry documented everything he knew from Earth, which included a surprising amount of information on how to destroy alien robots. He found himself learning all about the collective and the workings of the spaceship, and he grew in confidence too. Ah, now if only there was a way to speed things along, he thought. A commander like me can surely modify his ship to travel faster through space. And then he had an idea. When the weapon system is online, transfer all its power to our propulsion engine, he ordered the ship's computer. Now the ship's computer set the system as requested. It still doubted that the man on board was actually a special agent, but he sounded confident and he certainly seemed keen to destroy the robot enemy. The day came when 6 months had passed and the ship's computer began to count down to the weapon activation. 5, 4, 3, 2, rerouting weapon systems to the propulsion engine. Doink! Clang! Weapons and propulsion systems destroyed, announced the computer. But what? Exclaimed Jerry. Weapons and propulsion systems destroyed, repeated the ship's computer. But how? Why? What kind of computer destroys its own engines? Asked Jerry. And he was now panicking. What kind of special agent asked the ship's computer to destroy its own engine? Asked the computer. You're not really a special agent at all, are you? No, muttered Jerry. So what happens now? Nothing, replied the computer. Without propulsion, we will just orbit Saturn until the sun dies. Now the ship was quiet without the noise of its engines. The ship's computer eventually broke the silence. Would you like me to teleport you back to Earth? Yes, said Jerry sheepishly. Jerry found himself sat at home next to a dusty computer. He removed his virtual reality headset, the battery of which had long since died. He sighed. The first human being to command an actual starship in the fight against actual killer robots. And I made a pig's ear of it. He vowed never to tell anybody about what had happened. But, you know, sometimes it's better to share these things, just in case somebody else finds themselves in the same situation.